Howdy doody. I don't know if any of you saw this, but as I was putting the bass on, both the straps fell off and I caught it. You saw that? It'll be on YouTube in a day or two. You can see it. It's highlight. Saved the bass, Michelle. Saved the bass. It's good. I fixed it. Are you good? Okay. All right. Hey, friends. How we doing tonight? Good. Good. Right on. I'm glad to hear it. All right. So here's the deal. Guys, we're starting a new series tonight. Who's ready for a new series? Amen? All right. Cool. Me too. We are in a new series. We're going to call it The Matters of the Heart. Okay? The Matters of the Heart. I'm excited for this new series because hopefully you guys are going to have fun with it, at least. We're going to see the way that we use our heart in our relationships with God, with our friends around us, our family, all that stuff. It's a major part of our belief system, right? As followers of Jesus, it is a great way for us to kind of check in with where our heart's at and what we can do to better help us follow Jesus better, right? We're going to look at all sorts of avenues of why we need to make sure that our heart's in check and how we can use our heart appropriately and not let it just be something that is just willy-nilly following whatever it wants, but it actually follows truth. And so I'm excited for that. Before we dig into it, though, I want to ask you guys a question, okay? Have you ever noticed that there are just certain things that you do as an individual that you're just drawn to? There are things that you're just drawn to, right? It could be cars or coffee or what else? Dutch Bros or I don't know, something like that. Cars, sports, whatever. There are things we are all automatically drawn towards. When it comes around, when it pops into our head, whether we're doing anything or not, when it shows up in our brain or just in our head, we automatically kind of check out and we go, what is that thing? I want to find out more about that thing, right? Every one of us has it. For others, for me specifically, there are a few things outside of my wife, my baby. Those things are very, very important to me, obviously, right? Outside of those things, there are still things that when it comes around, I'm just like, wait, what is that? One of those things is any sort of competition. If there's a competition, I check out and I go find out what's happening over here. I want to play the game. I want to be the winner. I want to play a new board game. I want to find out what's going on and see what happens in this competition. That's something that pulls me away from whatever I was doing with my family, whatever I'm doing at church, whatever I'm doing at home. I automatically just go, oh, game, competition, let's win. That's my thing, okay? Last night, literally, we had a great day yesterday. Me and Megan, we went and saw my nephew play football, got some coffee with some friends, and then we came home, and we were just chilling at home. We were watching college football. It was a good time. She was doing some studying. I was just hanging out, and at one point, the people that we live with upstairs, the other Griffith family, they were like, hey, we're going to play a board game. Do you want to play? And literally, I'm sitting in my chair, and I'm like, yes, I will play. What are we playing? And they're like, we don't know yet. Just come up and play. So they cleaned up dinner. We started to get this game out. We're playing Monopoly, okay? And if you know anything about Monopoly, it's ruthless. It's just savage. You just basically go in there thinking that you're going to eliminate as many people as possible, okay? Monopoly rarely ends in good terms. But here's the thing. Now, it's not a sinful thing for me to be like, hey, Megan, no more family time. I'm going to play Monopoly. That's not a sin, I don't think, right? I wouldn't say that's a sin. I wouldn't say that's a bad deal, but they can be bad things. They can be things where in a regular, or maybe not in a regular, but in certain scenarios, you could be pulled out of something because you're distracted and it pulls you into a sinful thing, okay? This was not one of those things, but it did pull me away from spending time with my family, though Megan did eventually come up and start playing with us, okay? I did win, first and foremost, and it was a very competitive game. No, seriously, it was a big win, okay? I've never won Monopoly before, and it was a big win for me. And that family who we were playing with really gets into it. There were tears. There were people that shoved their cards. I'm done. And shoved all their cards when they lost, and I won, okay? But for you, right, for you, you know what the thing is that I'm talking about. What it is that pulls you away no matter when it comes around, you're automatically going to go, oh, I want to go see what that is. I want to go see what that is over there. You're drawn to this thing. For some of us, it could be friendships and sports or coffee or fashion, money, whatever it is. When that thing comes in front of your eyes or into your brain, you automatically stop what you're doing and you want to look at that. You want to look at that thing. You want to figure out more about it. You want to go deeper into it, okay? And so these are different things that we're automatically drawn to. Some of them can be sinful. Some of them don't have to be sinful. Now, why the silly story? This silly story of me having a great time with my family downstairs, hanging out, watching football, putting baby to bed, having dinner with Megan, and then a game comes into play, and I'm like, checked out. Why silly story? What is having a problem with being drawn to different things? What's the deal? Here's the thing. When we're drawn to one thing or another, whatever it is, you fill it in. When we're drawn to one thing or another, you are divided, you're split, you cannot actually focus on what you were doing. So for me, it was I was doing family time, and then as soon as the game came in, I was like, what's family time? We're playing a game now. That's the point. We have divided our attention and can't fully engage in the thing that matters most. The important thing that matters. So, when we allow these certain things to distract us, to pull us away, to draw us into another direction, we're actually letting those things influence us more than the thing that matters the most. When we're drawn to those certain things and we go down that road, it starts to shape our lives. It starts to shape our actions. It starts to shape our words. It starts to shape our life. When we're distracted, we can't focus entirely on the main thing. We're actually letting those distractions into our hearts, into a place that is so special, and take us to another place. So tonight, we're going to talk about guarding our hearts. What it looks like to guard your heart, why it's important to guard your heart. And like I said, not everything that you get pulled away from is a sin. I'm not saying like you can't like do other things and it's only this. But what I'm saying is it can be a problem. If you're not aware of it, if you're not conscious of it, if you don't see it enough, it becomes a problem. It starts to go into our hearts. It starts to shape our lives in how we treat people, how we speak to people, how we live our life. And I've had many, many interactions with that problem with me specifically, where a game matters too much and it pulls me down this terrible road that I actually end up not in a good place because I did not guard my heart appropriately. I did not set up a boundary well enough for me to stay focused on what matters the most. When I'm distracted, I'm not able to protect the most important thing, which is my heart. And my heart is open for all sorts of pain, hurt, confusion, stress, anxiety, whatever you want to do. When we are not focused on recognizing what we're supposed to be doing, our heart is open for hurt, pain, regularly. This isn't in my notes. I just realized it. John says it all the time on main stage. The devil, Satan, is here to steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to steal your attention, kill your love for Jesus, and destroy you entirely. When our hearts are not focused on the thing that matters most inside our heart, that's where he wins. He pulls us down these roads to distract us and to keep us from following the thing that matters. When I'm distracted, when you're distracted, we don't see the thing that matters most. we are not focused on it. We are looking at another thing, we are focused on another thing, and our heart follows it immediately. So tonight, our kind of theme verse is in Proverbs 4. You can flip there if you want. You can mark it in your notes. Proverbs 4:23. This is a verse that helps us understand why it's important to guard our hearts. And it's going to be on the screen. It says, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. If that's not a warning, I don't understand, but that is a warning. I'm telling you, it's a warning. Guard your heart above all else, above everything else that you do, whether it's games, coffee, whatever it is, guard your heart, for it determines the course of your life. Meaning your life is on the line. If you've never read Proverbs, this is a great book. It's my favorite book. KJ asked me this morning my favorite book, and I said Proverbs. Why? Because it's literally full of short, simple statements of wisdom and truth, life hacking for a Christian. You're lost, go to Proverbs. It fills you up. But this verse is simple, right? If we're not careful to guard the thing that matters most, above all else, then we're opening our hearts to all the stuff that will take us down. If we're not careful to guard our hearts, it will take us down a path of trial, tribulation, confusion, difficulty. And so, when we're guarding our hearts, this is where it really comes into play tonight. When we're guarding our hearts, it comes into every avenue of our life. At home, at school, at sports, with your family, with your friends, on social media, in the world, in Parker. We need to be on guard everywhere. Tonight we're going to look at 3 different areas specifically. We're going to look at friendships, we're going to look at social media, and we're going to look at the culture, the world, and how we can pay attention to it. Think to yourself who your friends are for a second. They might be in the room, they might not be. Who are your friends? Think of what your friends mean to you. Right? They're people that you probably have counted on or you trust with a lot of information in your life or just intimate details of who you are and why you are what you are, right? They're people you trust entirely, right? What I know about friendships is I know that even if I trust them entirely with my life, right? I trust them with all the information, the dirty secrets of my life, right? If I trust them, I know for a fact that at one point or another, they have let me down. They have hurt me. They have not actually guarded my secrets, my stuff that I want to be kept secret, right? The people we trusted and counted on, they've hurt us and they've led us astray. They've distracted us. Maybe you've done things with your friends that you're not proud of and you're like, I don't know why I did that, but because that you trusted them, you thought it would turn out okay, but it didn't. It was a bad idea. You were distracted, your heart was split, and you had to go this way because you were not focused on the thing that matters most. What that is we let their influence into our life distract us from doing good and following a good path. Following his heart and his plan. There's a verse in 1 Corinthians 15. We're flipping through different verses tonight. 1 Corinthians 15:33. It'll be on the screen too. It says, don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. Now this verse, in a little context here, this is to the church of Corinth, right? The Corinthians, the people that started a church, they were following Jesus, but man, were they messed up. They were trying, but they were not getting it. And in this verse, it's where it basically breaks down, hey, if you're going to listen to that, you're going to have corrupt character. If you follow what they're saying here, you're going to miss the mark a lot. Don't be fooled by those who say such things, bad things, evil things, for bad company corrupts good character. This is when we need to be on guard with the people we count on and trust. Your friends. Now, I know they're great people and I love them, and my friends are good people and I love them. They will let you down. When we let people distract us from the main thing, we will often fall into a life that is full of sin and trouble. It could lead us into a sin. It could lead us into a sinful life that is shaped around sinning again and again and again. Because we're not on the main thing anymore. We're just down this road. The easiest way I've remembered it is you become who you hang around. You become who you hang around. You don't believe me? Look at your friends. You're kind of all the same. Each little friend group is kind of the same. You're a little different, but you're all kind of the same. I've seen it a million times in youth ministry. You are who you hang around, and you become who you hang around. Those influences around you are the things that you will become. And I'm not saying you're bad friends. It's not it. What I'm saying is you got to be aware. You have to have your guarded heart first. Because if you get distracted and you go down this road or that road, your heart becomes vulnerable. It's up for attack, and you will find yourself in a place you don't know. Number 2 is with social media. Right? We know that with social media and the influence that it has in the world today, we have to be very, very, very cautious, especially guarded with our heart. You all know better than I do that our phones are an incredible distraction, right? You hear a ding and you're like, oh, gotta check this. Whoa. That was a joke, by the way. There's nothing there. No one texts me anymore. Our phones will pull us away from all sorts of things. Our phones will pull us away from things all the time. We often, I do, I'm pretty sure you do, I've heard you say this, we literally use our phone to distract us. After a long day, you had a tough day at school or a practice or a game, and you're just like, just need something for myself. I need to distract myself. Doom scrolling 30 minutes later, an hour. We literally use our phone and social media and these different things just to distract us. It's like a cop-out for engagement. I know it's happened to you because it's happened to me. I found myself doom scrolling, and I'm just like lost in this For You page of TikToks or Instagrams and Reels and things like that, right? I just get lost, and an hour later, I'm like, oh, dang. What was I doing? We're looking for the gratification from somebody else. We're looking for comparing our lives to their lives and how good it looks over here to how it looks over here, and what's going on in my world is compared to their world and what could be better and how could I make more likes and more comments and things like that. It happens to all of us. We use our phone to distract us, and when we are distracted, we are not focused on the thing that matters most, our heart. We believe that it'll make us feel better when we're distracted because it feels comforting to us when we're not dealing with the thing that's in front of us already. So I'll just shove it to the side, I'll take my 5 minutes or an hour, and I'll just be here for a little bit. And the things that we see, I mean, you can't go anywhere without seeing a weird ad and a funky ad or something that is intentionally there to like take you down a road that you don't want to be on. When we let social media into our hearts to fill us up, it will only leave us more empty than we already were. The gratification of having so many likes on a post is supposed to fill our hearts so that we feel so good. But there's a deeper issue there. It distracted us from the main thing, the thing that matters most, what's going on in your heart. I think of it this way. Comparison is the thief of joy. You've probably heard that before. Comparison is the thief of joy. When we put ourselves in a place of comparison to another, we will not win. We will be empty, we will be lost, and we will be unguarded, unchecked, and that's when he attacks. Finally, if we look at the culture of today, society today, the things that are going on today, all the stuff, good, bad, and the ugly, everything in between, the world is quite a mess. But there's always something there, and I would argue that the world and everything else outside of friendship, social media, and the thing that competition, whatever it is, outside of those things, the things that we don't think about, that's the detrimental part. That's the part we need to check regularly. Because it's always there. There is always something there that is here to distract you, to pull you away from where you're supposed to be, guarding your heart. There's so many things and so many different types of distractions when we think about culture, right? Think of politics. We think of, like the society and where do we land on this policy or that policy, or who's the right guy and who's the wrong guy and who's right and who's wrong, right? We think of fashion, we think of trending things, we think of music, we think of all this stuff, and all that stuff feels like too much sometimes. So we don't even think about it, we just let it go, and it's still coming at us. When we're not checking our heart or guarding our heart, they're still coming at you. Those distractions are still there every day, trying to get you off of the path of following Jesus, off the thing of that matters most, which is your heart and your relationship with him. The trends we follow, the things that we listen to, the people we think are geniuses, and we form these opinions and we can't get out of them because it's only that person that knows the answer. The news we hear creates these perspectives that we follow and deep dive into them, and we cannot move from it because that is the truth, right? We're not guarding our heart when it comes to the world around us because it's always there, and we don't think about it. It leaves our heart to be so vulnerable for the evils and the sins of the world to sneak in, create a little gap in your heart, and then it starts to build. Takes us to Romans 12, and this is a really common verse. Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. If we're not able to guard our heart above all else, like Proverbs says, we are going to be lost. By the way of the world and the evil of the world, when it comes in, when we're not watching it, it comes in. We'll become part of the world and likely further away from God and his plan. So why do we need this check-in? Why do we have to check in with our heart? Why do we need to guard our heart? Because our heart is what matters to God. Our heart is the thing that matters to God. He doesn't ask us, he asks us to be perfect knowing we will never be perfect. But he wants our heart more than anything. Not how we show up or what we say or how we do it. He wants our heart to be his entirely. Band, you guys can come up. He wants to be the only occupant of your heart. That's the thing that matters most. when we're distracted and we're not focused on him and his heart and our heart with him, that's when we get attacked. That's when we get hurt. That's when we get lost because we're not focused on him. He wants a heart that's fully, completely, entirely devoted to him. That's why our heart matters. That's why it matters we guard our heart with our friends, with what we do on social media, with what we see in the world around us. When we engage with people who don't know Jesus, it matters a lot. As we move through the rest of this series, we're going to look at different types of the heart. This is the guarded heart tonight. Next week, we'll get into the divided heart and the broken heart in next week's, right? We're going to look at why our heart is so important to him and why we need to be aware of where it's at. Because if we don't know where it's at, we're lost. If we can't check in and find him and focus on him, then we're not gonna make it. Our heart is so important because the reality is our heart shapes our life. Our heart shapes our life with Jesus and those people around us. We're gonna pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for tonight. Thank you for your heart for us. The way that you care and love and lead and guide us for good. But we mess it up, we get distracted, we lose sight of you, God. Help us to know who you are, where you're at, so we can say, yes, Lord, yours is mine. We love you. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
You guys sing this one out.
Never alone.
each phase of my life, each breath in my lungs. Consider it yours, Lord. Consider it yours, Lord. The failures I hide, the victories I know, the battles I fight, each crown that I hold. Consider it yours, Lord. Consider it yours, Lord. All the glory forever, the grave that you won, the praise of the heavens, kingdom to come. Consider it yours, Lord. Consider it yours. I'm completely, deeply, sold out, sincerely abandoned. I'm completely, freely, hands to the ceiling and in my one life endeavor to match your surrender, to near enough I will be yours. I'm completely, deeply, don't care who sees me abandoned. Oh, I
All right. Well, we're going to get into powwows. If you don't know what powwows are, I will help you find your home. We're going to do that for a few minutes. You are loved and prayed for and accepted here just as you are. Go in peace, serve the Lord.